So, good afternoon all. I'm going to make this video very quick because I can't cover everything in this video, but as time goes on, as the spirit directs, I'll be dropping little by little the information, right? Like I said earlier, when I was coming here, I didn't find so many people that were here. I just found Sister Grace that is in Madrid, but there are some things that I've discovered now that she did not tell me, and I want to share it because information is power, like I always said. So if you can see, today I'm dressed in this let's say cardigan or sweater, yes, with this muffler. If you've been following me just last week or just some time past, just a few time past, I was making videos about how hot this place is, how night does not fall until when it's 10 p.m. whereas in my country when it's 6 or 7 everywhere's already dark. But here during the summer until 9:30 or 10 o'clock you will not see darkness. That's why when the heat is too much, you find me doing videos live in the park around 9 p.m. It's still very bright. And then now, just 2 days ago, the weather changed. Immediately we clocked into December. Sorry, into September. The time did not change. However, the weather just changed as if it's magic. See me dressed like this now. The cold is much. Yeah, the cold is much. So that prompted me to make this video, and at the same time, I shared a story about. I made another live some days back, and then that too, someone DM'd me to tell me that wow, that's interesting, and I said okay. Because of that, I'm going to be telling people more about this place, more and more about this place, so that anybody that is interested, or you can just be aware that yeah, this is what happens here. So number one, unlike in Nigeria, our kids go to school by 7. Yes, they enter the gates of the schools by 7. Here, kids go to school by 8 o'clock. That's secondarians. The ones in secondary school go to school by 8 o'clock. They leave their houses depending on the distance. Like here, what happens is every street, not every street, but every area, yes, has a school. So what happens is you don't put your child in any school that is too far away from your home. In fact, you're not the one that put your child in school. There's a government office that you go to. There's an educational center, an educational office that you go to. That you give them your home address, and they are the ones that look for a school that is closer to your home. Yes, so they are the ones that put your child in the school. Because what happens here, if you go like this, if you go on your own to put your child in the school will not admit your child. You must pass through that office, because that office will now choose a school that is more appropriate for your child. Because every child should go to a school that is closer to their home. So that's what happens here, number one. And number two, I feel so much cold, so I kit up a lot, and now I'm feeling a bit sweaty. But I'm not going to put on any AC or any fan, because if I put it on, I'm still going to be cold. So it's the educational sector that takes care of enrolling students in schools. That's number one. And your school must not be far away from your house. That's number two. And the time that we go to school here is totally different. In primary school, the kids in primary school they enter the school gate at 9 o'clock a.m. Yes, because during the winter, you cannot wake up 7 in this place. Except those that are working. If you're working, you don't have any choice. You can go. But for students, the ones in primary school go to school, even kindergartens, primary schools, they go to school at 9 o'clock a.m. Those in secondary school, because they are bigger, they go by 8. Yes. So that's what happens here. Like now, in a few minutes' time, I'll be going to pick my kids. And what happens, once they go to school, once they leave in the morning, that 9 o'clock until 4 or 4:30. And some parents, sometimes 5 o'clock. Because these kids eat in school. except you don't want. If you don't want, fine. You go and pick your kids you go and pick them when it's lunchtime. You bring them back. They will come and eat lunch in your house, and then you take them back to school. And then you go back in the evening to pick them up. But someone like me, I'm on studies, so I cannot go and pick them back, bring them and feed them and take them back to school. So they go to school, they eat both their breakfast and the lunch in school. When I'm done with my school, I go and pick them up. So that's how we run it here. And then aside that, hospital is also free, except the government hospitals are free. Yes, you don't pay anything. Like I was saying in the live video that I made, I went to the hospital, I gave birth through CS, all the pints of blood, all the drips, all the medications, everything. Everything was free. I did not pay a dime. Yeah. What else? What else? To the point I was only leaving the hospital afraid that maybe they were going to hold me to pay the bill, because when they discharged me, I didn't even want to go, because normally I have to pay before I leave. So even when they were telling me to go, I didn't go. They had to tell me that they want to clean the room. That was when I realized that I had to leave the hospital. Yeah, so it's free. Except the writes of medication for you to go to the pharmacy and buy. If you go to the pharmacy and buy, if the doctor writes for you, it's cheaper. If you buy yourself, it's very expensive. 4 times or 5 times more expensive that the doctor would have written prescription for you. So, so that's it. But the private hospitals, you have to pay, because sometimes if you go to the government hospitals, they have a lot of procedures that you have to do. And then if it's an emergency situation and you don't want to be in the government hospital, you decide to go to private, you will pay. And you cannot even go to the private hospital like that. You have to have an insurance. Yes. So you have to have an insurance before you can even go there. So that's it. If you go to the government hospitals, it's free. If they write medication for you, you just pay a little at the pharmacy and buy. And then sometimes if it's what the doctor even have in the drawer, the doctor will just remove whatever they have in the drawer and give you without paying. What other thing? Generally, Spain is good. It's good. However, there's this part that I don't like. Yeah, there's this part that I don't like. The jobs. Yes, when it comes to job, there's a language barrier, because we speak Spanish, and then if you find yourself in a place where they speak Catalan, because they have 2 languages in Spain, they have Spanish and Catalan, but Spanish is the general language. So if you're in a place where they speak Spanish and you know Spanish, good for you, because in most big cities they speak English as well. Yeah, but they always prefer that you speak their language. Once you know their language, they can give you the president of the company. I'm just saying. But however, once you know the language, your life is better. Yeah. So for me, people keep wondering, am I working? I'm not working. I'm a student. I'm not working. I go to my school. I come back. I do social media. Okay. Waiting for when I'll get monetized both on YouTube and Facebook. So I'm not working in this country. I'm a student. If you want to work, yes, if you want to work as a student, you can do a job in the restaurant. You can do cleaning jobs if you don't mind. Yeah, you can work in a hotel as a receptionist. However, it's only during summer. If the tourists are in the country, they need people that speak English in some areas that a lot of tourists come into the country. So if you can speak English, is your advantage. You can go to those places and you get jobs. However, the jobs that are most common here are cleaning jobs. Yes. So that is why, no matter how beautiful I talk about the country, saying that somebody should come, especially what I know, like where I come from, where people with big dreams, we love to do big things. We don't, especially those that are educated, they will not want to come and be doing all those menial jobs, you know. However, the pay is equivalent to those that are doing the big jobs. Yes, I did a video, but I've not posted it yet because I'm still contemplating. I did a video of a cleaner. The man receives money that is equivalent to the vice chancellor of my country, and he's a cleaner. Yes. So that's the advantage. If you don't mind the name of the job you're working, if you don't mind the name of the job you're working, you're going to have so much money. Yeah. So if you're a student and time permits you to do all those jobs, you're going to be so rich. However, that is it. Yeah. So if you don't mind cleaning, if you don't mind dressing beds, cleaning the hotels, cleaning their toilets, all those jobs that in my country they take it as dirty. If you don't mind doing them, you're going to be rich in this country. Yeah, because those people collect equivalent to those that sit in the office. Some of them even collect more than the people that work in the offices. So it's your choice. Yeah, if you want to work in an office, you know the language you'll give you in an office, you'll be working. If you can't speak the language and you don't mind doing any menial jobs, you're still going to be collecting even more or equivalent to those that are working in the offices. So that's that. Any other thing I remember, I'll still come and share it here. If you have any questions, put it in the comment section or DM me privately, okay? See you next time. Love you.